Alright, so today we're going to be tying the vampire leech. I have one here in the vise already as an example. And we're going to pop that out. I'll give you a better view here. So it's a pretty simple fly to tie, and it doesn't require a whole lot of materials, but first things first is we're going to get our hook in the vise. And today I am using a Superfly Saltwater 1X stainless straight eye. In a size 8. This is my preferred hook. I just really enjoy using them, but you can use basically whatever you want. Small streamer hooks work well. And then so I am also using for the bead here Cyclops beads in 1/8. I have it in orange, but you can also use in chartreuse or pink or really any color you like. Those are just my preferred as well. Next up, we have our polar chenille in black. I believe, yeah, this is a medium. And then I have my Zonker rabbit strips. I have them in black as well, because I'm tying a leech. And last but not least, I have my .015 lead wire, and I have 8 to 10 wraps already on my hook here, ready to go, and of course my black thread in the bobbin. So I'm going to start by laying a thread base down, making sure to tie down the lead wire and cut off my excess. I'm just going to make sure that stays in there okay, and I'm going to put a few wraps over that just to tie it down and get it out of the way before bringing my thread to the back of the shank right before the bend, and grabbing my Zonker strip, and I have it pre-cut here so it has a taper. Tapers off similar to how a leech's body would look, and so I'm going to bring that up here and lay it down, and that looks a wee bit long, so I am going to trim it just real quick. Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to place that down right there. As you can see, looks okay. It is a little long still, but you know, that's alright. And I'm going to add a couple wraps here just to lock it down so I can get a better look at it. Make sure it's all okay. And now I'm going to add my locking wraps down really tight so she's not going nowhere. And yeah, so there's her tail in place, basically halfway done at this point. So I'm just going to bring the thread up, and then I'm going to bring it back to about the middle. This is where I like to start it. I like to lick my fingers and just brush this back, so you can already kind of see how it looks there. Tail is actually really long on this one. Yeah, so now we're going to grab our polar chenille, and I'm going to lay it down and add a couple wraps. I'm just going to trim off these tags here, so I don't like how they look. And yeah, so lock it down, wrap it all the way to the base of the tail, and then bring your thread up to behind the bead. Now we're going to do what's called palmer it, as you wrap it forward with touching wraps. So you palmer it back, which just means pull the fibers back as you lay it down. So we're going to palmer and just do touching wraps all the way up until we get back behind the bead right here. And this is a really good fly for lakes. I use it for stocked rainbow trout. I find it extremely effective. And yeah, it can be tied in a range of sizes. I find size 8 is more effective. A lot of people use 12s as well. But yeah, okay, so now that we're up here, I'm going to bring this up, and I'm going to use my thread and do 3 wraps, 3 tight wraps to lock it down. Then I'm going to bring this up, and I'm going to cut off my polar chenille. So there we go. Now I like to lick my fingers again. I'm going to pull all the fibers back and build a little bit of a base up right there. And so you can see the heads out. And so I'm just going to grab my whip finisher. And I'm going to put a couple in there. Before trimming off my thread. And then my last thing I like to do is grab a little dubbing brush and brush these fibers here just to get any of them that are trapped out, just to give it a little more action. And there is your vampire leech. My critique of this tie here that I just did is I actually made the tail really long, which you wouldn't want it that long. You could have it 1 to 1.5 times the length I would recommend. After that, you can start getting short takes on the tail, which is where they bite the tail and not the hook. Otherwise, turned out pretty okay. But yeah, and I'll give you a closer view of it again here. Simple enough. It's a good beginner fly. It's good for advanced as well. It's my favorite competition fly. So there you go.